All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is about, I want to say 1:50 p.m. Saturday, April 6th, I believe. Yeah, April 6th. I am doing a double today. I'm working a double shift today. And I am trying to manage myself right now because all right, so for the most part, let me just explain to you what I'm going through right now. It's not even really a lot of pain. It's not really pain that I'm going through because I don't know. It's like the pains I tend to I've gotten into a habit where whenever I'm feeling pain from like frequencies or whatever, what I do, I pretty much just like stop what I'm doing at that moment most of the time. I stop what I'm doing and then I place my hand over the area where I feel the pain at, including I like to sense and feel for any what's the words I'm looking for, any like pulses or beats, right? So like earlier today they were targeting my left hip, and they always target the left hip. I don't know why they never hit the right hip, but they always target the left hip. And it's always like the part of the hip where the bone is inside the socket. But what it feels like someone is taking a screwdriver and jamming it into my hip. But it's not like surface pain. It's like a deep pain, like. And the crazy part is it feels like it's deep until I actually place my hand on the area where I'm feeling the pain at. When I place my hand on the area, the target area, there's a pulse there. No one has a pulse or beat or anything that kind of twitches to its own accord on your hip. You know, so among other things, once I find the target area and I place my hand on it, what I'm doing is I am trying to create like this gravitational pull using my hand. The best way I can explain how I do that is basically like, it's like I tense up my hand a little bit, and when I tense my hand up, it kind of forces the energy of the frequencies to like magnetize to my hand. It's like when I place my hand over an area where I know the frequency is at, and then I tense my hand over the area, I feel the energy just like magnetized to my hand. Like it literally like kind of feels like it's peeling off of my body, and then it goes, and then it kind of like folds and wrap or attach itself to my hand. And a lot of times it works best with the right hand. I'm not exactly sure why the right hand specifically, but aside from that, I mean, that's one way on how I kind of like try to mitigate or manage some of the pain from frequency attacks. If I don't have like a like my frequency generator or you know, like magnets or anything on me that could help, I always try to remember that I've learned some basic like, I guess I could call it qigong stuff, or some basic energy healing stuff, just basic stuff, right? But anyway, so I do that, but that's not even really what I'm like really experiencing. So I didn't get much sleep last night. I can't even say it was really the neighbors that, I mean, they definitely played a part. The upstairs neighbors, because it's like, I don't know what it is, but it's like they wait till like 8 p.m. and then all of a sudden it's like they wait till like 8 p.m. and then all of a sudden it sounds like they're doing construction upstairs, or I don't know, like they got like this, they're like dragging heavy metal equipment across the floor, and they don't have no carpet, so it's like you hear every step. You can tell if someone's wearing boots or sneakers or high heels. And then I'm like, what makes it even worse is that I remember one time there was some water dripping down in my kitchen. Right, there was water dripping down from the ceiling in the kitchen, and it was basically like a flood, right? From upstairs. So I remember I went upstairs to go and check on them up there to see what was going on. You know, she said she forgot the kitchen sink on. And then the sink started to flood. And then it basically came down into my apartment, right? Not too much, but it's crazy to think that, like, I don't know how long she must have been running that water, because for the water to seep down into the next apartment, you had to have been running water for quite some time. But anyway, hold on. Right, so, yeah, I forgot where I left off at. But yeah, right now, what I'm really dealing with is not even like pains. One of the pains, I kind of eventually just kind of feel myself go numb to them. But what I'm really having discomfort from is the overstimulation. The overstimulation that's occurring in my memory cortex and my memory cortex and my prefrontal cortex. Those are the two areas that are being the most overstimulated. Also, my the energy from my heart center is very imbalanced at the moment, or rather I am like fighting to keep it at like a healthy energy level, because I don't know, it's like how can I describe it? It's like, I don't know, it feels like I'm trying to push a building off my chest. It's like they're making me, they're making me feel like I'm sad or some type of low vibrational emotion. They're tuning me to some low vibrational emotion. But luckily for me, I have become so electronically sensitive, and because my awareness of what they are capable of with the technology, it allows me to even notice the subtle little changes, the subtle little high-pitched sounds I would hear in my I guess the sounds I would hear being transmitted into my mind. Or it's not even really a sound that's being transmitted, but it's more like data that's being downloaded into the brain. through radio frequencies or some form of light data transmission. Using light to stimulate different brain cells, or using light to basically send information, or rather encode information into something. It's not new at all. I've been trying to learn quite a bit. I've been trying to learn quite a bit these days about what I can find out about wireless energy transfer and other means of communication that they're basically, wow, look at this bus, or a dolly, or a trolley. There you go, trolley. I said dolly. But yeah, it's right now it's mostly a lot of emotional. It just feels like my emotions are being tuned, you know, and because I am a natural empath and I am very, I would like to say that I am emotionally stable or sound. So I like to believe that I'm emotionally stable and sound. Why? Because I'm not out here intentionally trying to hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. Always remember that. Hurt people hurt people. And if you don't have the self-control not to hurt someone when you know you're about to hurt someone who doesn't deserve to be hurt, yeah, they over here busy telling me that, you know, everyone thinks I'm crazy, or oh, everybody in the city know this about you, or everybody's cheering because they know you're about to die soon. Oh, the tumor in his brain is getting bigger, you know. And it's like, I don't have no choice but to use whatever means that I can to defend myself. What I can't do is I can't do what they expect me to do. They expect me to eventually lash out and express my anger. But you know what? I have been doing so well my entire life with making sure my anger does not get the best of me, because you know why? I done seen it way too many times in my lifetime where someone's anger got the best of them, and now they're in a much worse situation than they were than the situation that got them into whatever situation they in, you know. And you know what? I gotta speak the truth though, because they're like, oh, all right, let's get this straight. The military intelligence agencies, they're all aware that almost anyone who is who took some type of secret oath to be a part of this new populace of people that's supposed to be the new rulers of the earth. You know, well, rather they probably been here for a long time. We just are realizing, at least there's more people of the general population that's starting to become more aware that there's something weird going on, and more importantly, there's something very weird in the air, and I'm not talking about pollen. What's interesting is I am trying to you know what's interesting? Time and time again, I purposely tried to just really think about nothing. Like, I wouldn't think about nothing. And I would just listen to the V2K operators. I listen to them because I like to be aware of what their tactics are. I like to be aware of what angles they're going for, or I like to be aware of possibly even who might I need to call, because sometimes they'll say, "Oh, this person is going through this. You don't care about nobody." So sometimes I might just go ahead and, like, give someone a call just because they mentioned them. Then what else? And then they're always there. It's this constant need to want to keep you in this perpetual state of fear. This constant need.
There's one other thing.
The military intelligence agencies, they're all very, very aware of this. There's no denying it. And what makes it even worse is they're working in unison. They're working in tandem with just about anyone in the underworld. Really, I realize that, because it's like it's a weird thing, because I'm noticing things. I'm noticing one. I notice certain police officers, not every police officer, but certain police officers have definitely showed their hand that they are a part of the secret society. Then among other things, like a lot of people who are a part of it, they show their hands in many ways. You can't really pay too much attention to a lot of verbal or vocal cues that you may hear, because a lot of times you may be hearing the V2K projector someone else's vocal input into your mind, so you can't even really trust everything you hear. But there are certain things. I'd like to say this: timing is everything when it comes to them. And if you are aware, if you're able to be aware of your surroundings and the people and the conversation without allowing yourself to go mad, because you're like trying to be aware of so many things, including subtle energies, there's some benefits. There's some benefits to just being aware of your environment, right? Damn. And it's like I'm trying to keep my train of thoughts together, but every time I try to get my train of thoughts together, I feel this pressure build up on, like, the sides of my head, right where my memory cortex is. And it's weird, because it's like every time I stop recording, I remember the things that I want to say. But then once I hit record, all of a sudden I feel that pressure build up inside, like on the sides of my skull, and the next thing you know, I can't remember nothing that I want to talk about. But anyway, yeah, they've been really trying to push a lot more psychological attacks on me, more along the lines of like trying to convince me that my girlfriend isn't really for me, or that we're like a terrible match for each other. She's selfish. Oh, I don't really care about. I don't even really care about what they say about me, because I am aware of myself. It's the other people or things that I have no control over. That's the stuff that gets me, because it's like, all right, naturally, anything that tries to take me away from peace, I cut it off. I cut it off like a cancer. I get rid of it. Go. Drive, man, damn. I'm like, what is he waiting for? There's no car coming. But anyway, yeah, so, dang, now I can't remember what I was about to say again. Right now, Michael, one of the guys, I don't know, some slim light-skinned dude that was in some, I just call him Michael. I don't know his real name, but I just know where, well, maybe not him, but I know where his mom is at. I mean, not saying that in no violent sense, because of course they know where my mother lived at. Hold on. All right, so, all right, don't do what I do. But yeah, let me see. I'm gonna try to go this way instead. What? Oh. Anyway, it's really, like, I honestly think anybody who, like, TRs who don't have V2K, I don't know. If you don't got people like really, all right, no, I shouldn't do that. But having V2K is so hard and it's so annoying. And then it's like the type of people that be on the V2K, it's like they specifically pick the right type of people to kind of be on your V2K. It's like they did their homework. They know the type of people that press your buttons, right? And I'm just like, man, and they always constantly trying to tell me, oh, all right, back to my other point, now that I remember. See, I always gotta like get off for a while just for me to be able to remember what I wanted to say. But anyway, yeah, so straight up, military and intelligence agencies, law enforcement, they all know about the technology. And anyone who say they don't know, you can't get mad if they say they don't know. Because one thing you got to remember, it's supposed to be secret. And right when I said it's, I just heard like this sharp shooting sound basically go through my auditory cortex. Like it didn't really go through the ears. I didn't feel the pressure of the sound wave go through my ear, but it went directly into the auditory cortex. It was like, what's the sound that I can? The sound was like, wheep. It was like, wheep. Like something literally like went through it. Like I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you know what? I gotta speak my truth though, cause it's like, okay, based on what I am observing, right? The V2K operators, all four of them, they say the military, police, the streets. Then they try to break it down to demographics, black people, the Spanish people. Then they say the white people. I got the V2K operators. They're black, all four of them. Black people, probably born and raised in New York. But anyway, so they basically try to find everything they can, or every group of people, demographics, or whatever the case may be. They try to use them and say, oh, these people are mad at you. Oh, these people don't want to see you do this, or these people this, and these people that. You know, so they're always basically trying to keep me in this state of fear, where they're always trying to tell me, oh, these people are going to do this. These people can't wait till this happened. But here's my thing. I'm like, you know what? And I really hate the fact that I'm looking some people in the eyes, and I could tell they know what's happening to people, but in order for them to protect themselves, they're going to stick to their guns and not say anything, because, you know, that's the culture. The culture is you don't tell on people, you don't, you know, it's kind of like no matter what happens, you don't tell on people. And then it's like, it's crazy to me because I'm like, when you try to take matters in your own hands, the law is not looking to help you. The law is not looking to help you. Or at least it feels that way. But you know what? At least there are good cops and good lawyers and good judges out there who will straight up and tell you, yeah, the system isn't fair. You know, so they're always like, oh, Chris, you about to go to prison. You have no idea. You ain't got no bungee cords. You ain't got no bungee cords. You know, and then they're always trying to tell me something along the lines that like, oh, Chris, you're not going to be here for much longer. So, and I was like, you know, do you see this? Do you realize how heavy this is? And people like to take the chance. People don't realize how heavy this trailer is, and they take the chance to try to run in front of me. I'm like, you do realize if I hit you, it's gonna hurt more than a regular bite. I don't know. And then it's sad enough that like I kind of noticed like she looked like she was someone with special needs. And I'm thinking to myself, he trying to take that chance, because I'm like, yo, this shit is heavy. And then look, I'm like, the brakes are okay, but when I'm going, you know, it could get a little hairy. You know, and then it's also like, do you know how hard it is to get this thing going again once you stop its momentum? It's so hard to get this thing going once you stop its momentum. So that's why I'd be like, you either want to go or stop, but don't hesitate, because it's going to be hard for me to stop. You know, you either going to go or don't go, you know. But anyway, so yeah, apparently there's all these like thousands of people who are watching my my feed. Oh, and everyone, if you get a chance, you need to watch the show The Feed. If you really want to know what they're trying to set up for the future of humanity in the next like probably like 7 or so, probably less time than that. Because I mean, they already got the tech rolled out. Why is it so crowded over here? I can't even go straight. I gotta go around. Man. I gotta thread the needle with this one, because every time we try to go through the regular bike thing, we get stuck. All right. And it's funny because when people get mad because they don't realize I'm trying to like angle it to go a certain way, and I'm like, I try my best to signal or try not to move too quickly or anything like that. But it's like once they like they want to get mad, and I'm like, yo, the crazy thing is, you want to be mad because you were moving fast, but I'm like, man, you're dealing with somebody who's targeted. Please, just speak your mind, but don't try to threaten me. You know, but among other things, like I am trying to mitigate myself out here, and it's hard. You know, I'm not someone who's used to confrontation. I'm really not that much of an aggressive person at all. The only times I'm ever really aggressive is when I really want something. When I really want something, or when I really want to do something. That's really the only times I'm really aggressive. Other than that, I'm literally letting everything just flow. I try not to mess with things too much. I literally just let it flow. Wherever the chips fell, that's where they fell. You know, but with this gang stalking stuff and the V2K and you know, these psychotronic weapons, manipulating your emotions, then on top of that, they're transmitting images into your mind, making you think it's your thoughts. Well, actually, no, if you're aware enough, you know it's not your thought, because you can pretty much tell when you think about something. When you intentionally try to think about something, you feel the difference from when you intentionally thought about something compared to something just randomly pops in your mind. And like I said in the previous video, you got to be careful of those, you know, those thoughts that just randomly pop in your mind, because that could literally be them transmitting an idea into your mind. Your mind received, your brain accepted the transmission, and then now you're basically rolling it through your projector, and it's showing in your mind. And then if you got V2K, they have a whole script. Look at what he's thinking. He's such a sexual deviant. Or look at what he's thinking. He has no respect for women. And it's like they transmit these thoughts into your mind. And you normally can, I'm telling you, if you are paying attention to the subtle energies around your body, and the subtle energies that's coming from your body, you will be able to tell when they're trying to implant something into your mind, and then they want not just implant it into your mind, but also then get you to draw the emotional energy needed to feed that thought. Hold on. So yeah, I don't know, like I haven't really had any like people physically come up to me, and because you know they gotta be secretive about it, right? But what I've had was, you know, it'll be like someone will come and sit close to me, right? And then they'll probably whisper something like, yo, you bugging. You need to stop talking about stuff you don't know about. Or, you know, someone always saying like, he don't realize he about to die. Like, people really ready to do him in. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, it make it like once you know that this technology is out there, it makes you look at everything that you see on the news and just be like, you know, they saw that coming, they seen that coming. And then okay, so ooh, my bike sounding like this got some issues going on, but anyway, so yeah, and like I'm still getting subliminal stuff. I haven't like had any like noticeable break-ins in my apartment yet, you know, so it's like I haven't experienced that part of targeting yet. So yeah, I haven't really experienced that part. But you know, and then you know the part that kind of like makes me more agitated is when they be like, is when they say, "Oh, you're not doing nothing. You don't do nothing to protect your mother. You don't do nothing to protect your girl. You left your girl open." And I'm like, okay, I've been trying to rack my brain about what they meant by you left your girl open. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, maybe they saying that like, okay, because of the battles with V2K and my emotions. Sometimes I just don't have the energy to like socialize or to want to like do certain things because I'm just tired. I'm tired and I'm drained. Like 24 hours a day, I have 4 people, 2 men, 2 women, under the age of 35 most likely, or under the age of 40, I'll say. All 4 of them, all telling me that I ain't shit, or that I have no respect for women, or there's always something negative. There's always something negative, right? And I got these 4 people. That's not them. They're not somewhere far. They're not even they're right here in New York City. They're right here in New York City, hidden somewhere in all these damn frequencies that's floating around in his air, and probably sitting in some room somewhere, maybe with a headset on, or maybe they don't even need a headset. Maybe because of the nanotech, they basically have like built-in screens inside of their mind or something. I don't know. Hold on. And my thing is, I'm only one person though, and they're like, oh, because you told about us, now your life is over. You're not gonna have no privacy. Everybody's gonna know everything about you, including medical records. I've definitely heard people mention things that's like in my medical records before. But yeah, and it's I mean, I have done what is needed to do in order to accept the fact that people die, right? People die during their targeting process. One person that I got to know quite a bit, and she was targeted for about I think 3. Hold on.